Okay, on the note page that we did yesterday where it gave us the 2 points and you had to go plot to draw the line so that you could write the equation, we did not do the back of this page. So if you turn over to the back, you'll see a problem that looks like this. I'm going to show you how to change this equation to where it is in slope-intercept form. So right above it, I want you to write y equals mx plus b. I can tell that it's not in the correct order because I see x is on the left side of the equation and it needs to be over on the right side of the equation. So I'll always write this equation above it so I can see the correct form. I'm going to find the y. So if there is a term beside the y, I need to make it go away. So on number 1, I see that it has 9x. To make 9x go away, I subtract 9x on both sides of the equation. It's going to cancel over here. I'm not going to line it up under the -7 because this doesn't have the variable x, so these are not like terms, they are different. I'm going to bring down my -7y equals, now in slope-intercept form, they have the x right after the equals. So I'm going to put this term, and then I'll put this constant at the back because that's going to be where the y-intercept goes. It doesn't have a variable back here. The next thing that I see is that in the one that I want, it only has the variable y, but right now I have -7 times y. So I'm going to isolate the y by dividing both sides of the equation by -7. Notice that this bar goes the whole way. -7 divided by -7 is just 1y. Now here I'm going to take this term, -9x, put it over -7. I'm going to put a plus because I'm going to separate this. Now I have the number -7 over -7. The last step is just going to be to reduce. So I'm going to write my final answer. So y equals, whenever I have a negative divided by a negative, that's going to change to a positive. And over here, -7 divided by -7 also changes to a positive 1. So for this equation, now it does look like this one at the top, y equals mx plus b. Remember that the slope is the term that is in front of your x. The y-intercept is the number that's at the back. So this line would be crossing the y-axis at the number 1. Number 2, I'm changing it to be into slope-intercept form. That's y equals mx plus b. So I find the y. I'm going to include the term that's in front of it. I do not want the x on this side of the equation. So to make x go away, I'm going to do a -x on both sides. It's going to cancel over here. I'm going to bring down -3y equals, remember I want the x term next after the equal sign. So I'm going to do my -x. This is a +6, so I put +6. Now at least my variables are in the right spot, but I do not want this -3 here. Right now, because this is a number right beside a variable, they are multiplying. So to make the -3 go away, I need to divide both sides by -3. -3 over -3 will cancel. So I have y equals a -x over -3 plus 6 over -3. Remember, whenever your variable does not have a number in front of it, you use the number 1. Now, I'm going to only simplify these fractions. So a -1 over a -3 simplifies to 1/3. I'm going to pull the x out to the side of it. I don't want to leave it in the numerator. Now I have 6 divided by -3 is a -2. So the m, or the number that is in front of the x, which is the slope, is 1/3. The b, the number at the back that stands for y-intercept, is a -2.